Welcome to the Ozone Podcast, Episode 4. Oregon Voices, Real Talk, Culture, Chaos, and Community. This week's episode is about Russia, Venezuela, China, Conspiracy Corner, and the Stillmatic Roast. So let's get into it. Welcome back, Southern Oregon, and everybody tuning in across the rogue waves of the internet. This is the Ozone Podcast, the only podcast where world news meets backwoods common sense. And sometimes we actually make more sense than the people running the world. I'm your host, Lee, sipping on chaos and caffeine, broadcasting from a world-renowned home setup with a banner in the back. You know what it is. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing great. Still recovering from Thanksgiving, man.
Hey,
yeah, that's a little
full bellies and happy families.
Yeah, great Thanksgiving. Went to a couple different ones and visited some friends that I haven't seen in a minute, so that was fun. I actually seen when I pulled up to one of my friend's house. There's two Thanksgiving parties happening next to each other. I pulled up into the wrong one. It was like a big party. They let me through the gate.
Thanksgiving party crashing.
Yeah, party crashing. But speaking of party crashing, somebody crashed their side by side out front on the road.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, whoa! I was like, man, hopefully everybody's okay. There's like a bunch of sheriffs out front and whatnot. And I pull in. I'm like, hey, do you guys know such and such? And they're like, nope. Like, oh, okay. So I was like, must be the other house. So I pull across the street. I was like, I guess there's two sides of the street in this neighborhood.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll go to the other side of the street.
Dead across the street, though, and everybody at the other party was like, they just flipped the side by side. So
yeah, wow.
A little excitement on Thanksgiving for everybody.
Nice.
but a really good time, man.
Do you know if everybody was all right?
Everybody was okay.
Good.
It looked like the side by side was all right as well. So
good. Well, that's
they're out there dusting it off.
Plastics are cheap, frames are expensive. So.
Yeah. Played a couple Christmas parties this last week for some tree lightings. Thank everybody that was out there. If you guys are out there and see me on stage or do see me on stage, come say hey. Hope you're checking out the podcast. And
yeah, absolutely. The Pandora Band killing it. Had a 3-show weekend last weekend. Flavor doesn't have any shows till January, so we still got about 30 days actually from today.
Yeah, we're working hard, man.
30 days from today.
Working super hard right now.
Double show, double weekend, 2 cities, 2 venues, 2 great shows. Anyway, today's episode is a 3-course geopolitical meal, right? Oh. So Russia says, we don't want war, but we are ready to throw hands, right? And a U.S. Navy admiral authorized a second deadly strike on a Venezuelan boat, right? They're still talking about that this week. And things are getting spicy over there. So I can't wait to get to the conspiracy corner on that one, because it's not only deep, but it's so surface level real. It's nuts. Oh, and a toxic spill in
Africa.
Yep.
Yeah, it's such a bonkers situation.
It's wild. Can you why? So we have world police, right? NATO, whoever. Why are we letting China store toxic chemicals in another country?
Yeah, it's like
what is that about?
It's like your landlord saying, "I'll fix your driveway," but.
Right.
Yep.
Just put some sludge
underneath it real quick,
Right. And plus, your favorite segment, the Conspiracy Corner, is back this week, where we connect dots and probably shouldn't be connected, right? Because we want everybody to know and think, open your third eye, and really get the answers. Anything finishing strong with a CD cover roast of Nas's Stillmatic.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Let's get into it. So... All right, Vladimir Putin, here's the story, right? Putin comes out and says the most predictable but also terrifying statement ever. Russia does not want war with Europe, but we are fully prepared to fight, end quote. It sounds like he's saying, I don't want problems today, but I did bring my brass knuckles.
Yeah, it sounds like a couple guys in the bar.
Right.
Right.
It does.
I'll catch you outside,
Yeah, catch me outside. Let's go. That's all Putin. Now we're going to meet with Putin saying, catch me outside.
Catch me outside. Let's go have a talk outside. But we know they ain't trying to go outside and talk,
No, he's not trying to talk. He's trying to do a lot of things. Of course, I have personal opinions on it. He's just another warmonger, right? He wants land. He wants to see his empire grow during his administration, how very long it has been. And he would like to, attain more land per capita for his people. I'm all about making your people proud, but I'm not about destroying other people's
livelihood
to make it happen, right? Like
Poland's sitting over there.
You got one human talking to another human. As soon as your blood bleeds a different color, you let me know, Mr. Reptilian. Anyway.
Poland's like, man, we've been waiting for something like this to happen. It's already happened once,
Dude, well, you got all the drones going into all the other countries, right? Like, it's insane the amount of border crossing and international laws the dude is breaking without being, again, I'm not a proponent for war, but
it just kind of brushed it off. Just kind of brushes it off afterwards. Like, I did that.
I'm not a political monster either. I don't know a lot about politics, to be real with you. I know what I feel and how they make me feel, and that's really all I can base things off of. And it doesn't feel like enough to just sanction a country or tell them, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, right? Like,
is it a chest?
He's already got his middle finger up to the world.
Is it just a chest puffing now, too?
Right.
We're just trying to puff our chest out a little
bit.
Right.
It's like, oh, hey, we're going to hit you with this. And he doesn't give a fuck. He chest puffed, fingers up. Dude wants to fight. He's just looking for somebody to meet him in the ring. And nobody wants to do that, right? Because nuclear winter, this, that, the other thing. The scariest fucking thoughts you can have, right? Like,
it seems like when these guys can't do something accomplishable that's really big and good.
Right.
Right. There's always an evil or solution to do something that's notable in the line of history.
Yeah.
And that's not the right choice, and it never is, but it's also...
But you look at history, right? How many...
you gotta learn from it.
Rulers that have gained massive amounts of land through war made history books in a positive light.
Yeah, not a lot.
None. Right. And his words make him, I guess, kind of want to look reasonable to Europe, but I don't think his actions do.
No.
He wants to look strong to Russians at home, and he wants the U.S. to know he's not showing up to the meeting in a sweater vest. He's showing up in full armor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not backing down from wanting that Ukrainian land at all. And Zelensky, I don't think, is wrong in saying no. And I don't know who the fuck our dude thinks he is saying, well, you gotta have to give him something. Why? Why does he have to give him anything? Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like you said, Poland's been waiting for this for a long time.
Poland's over there taping their hands up, getting ready to put the gloves on because, again, history. At its finest, it's just... Power is a weird thing, man. It makes people do crazy shit when they got that amount of power.
Right. It does, and
when you're able to...
I can't fathom, I can't imagine, I would never want to be president because I don't want the responsibility of making decisions like that. I've thought about politics on a small level, council, small local government, even up to House of Representatives or something, maybe even Senate. But come on, I don't have the history. I don't even have the education to be a politician. I just have the feelings, very good moral compass, and my ethics understanding are fucking tight. So maybe that could help a lot more than
it's always
being a lawyer.
Hard to please two parties too. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that like Republican or Democrat, but there's always two ways to see things on a lot of different things, and there's always going to be somebody not happy.
There's
always going to be somebody not happy.
I understand contract
and
law,
we're people pleasers ourselves. That's why we're performers.
That's there's a reason politicians are lawyers. So anyway, Oregon angle on what's everything happening. We might be far away. Conflicts like this ripple everywhere. Fuel prices go up. Shipping lanes dwindle. Our military families, stationed around the world, causes stress amongst our community here in Oregon. And plus, if things go sideways internationally, we start, feeling it locally. Lumber exports change, trucking routes shift, even the cost of delivering goods up I-5 gets weird, right? And so we have all of these, we have some of the most expensive gas prices in America over here. And when things like this happen, they go up even more, right?
They get crazy.
So when you're paying, $2.39 over in Alabama, we're paying $4.39 over here. There's a lot of taxes, this, that, the other thing, for the roads. And they're constantly doing road work out here. I don't think I've ever lived in another state where they're constantly fixing the road. Yeah. And it's annoying sometimes, but you're proud because it's getting fixed. Anyway, that's not even what we're talking about, but what are we talking about?
Honestly, Russia's right across the lake from us, man. It's right on the other side of the Pacific there, and
right, we sure not.
We do a lot of business with them still. Alaska's right there. We still share same area that we do a lot of business in, the same kind of general territory.
Right.
We have a lot of shipping coming through China, coming through Russia.
There is a lot, and we don't want to not do business with these countries, but at the same time, how important is the money?
Exactly.
Right. Like,
honestly,
are we just looking the other way for things that are morally wrong because money dictates that for you? It can't me. I've never seen enough money for me to be like, okay, yeah, I'll do you dirty. Or yeah, I'll kill somebody, or
moral,
or whatever, drop a fucking bomb. I don't think there is a number that would morally be like, yo, Lee, I think you could live with that now.
No.
Don't get me wrong. If you out there and you're like, yo, I got enough money to change your mind, fucking bring it. Let's see if it happens. I can't say for real, like, I'm not going to be like, no, I won't do that, but, I don't feel like I would. Like,
$20 is $20.
But $20 is $20, yeah, but you see, $20 ain't that important to me,
Exactly.
$20 million ain't that important to me when it comes to, dropping a bomb on a country or decimating a whole city or whatever, it's just a...
And your own personal moral, too. I mean, if you have a general good, humane moral compass, you should know what's right or wrong.
Right, you should know what's right or wrong.
You should know what's right or wrong.
You get those feelings when you watch the news, when you hear people speak or whatever. You're like, that doesn't really sit right with me. But, he's in charge, or they're in charge, or whatever. So you just got to run with it, right? And what do you do?
Well, it's weird when you make the puppet show, but you're not the one pulling the strings. You just get to sit back and watch it.
Hey, no doubt.
There's definitely some kind of lost connection of
the United Muppets of America.
United Muppets of America. Straight up.
All right, so I'll believe peace talks when I see them. I don't think Russia's actually really going to come to the table with anything.
It seems like something that happened time and time again. That's why I say it seems like a chest puff.
I mean, it would if people were actually, making strategic
threats
moves,
before
right?
in the past like this.
Yeah, they just bullshitting back and forth. All right, next segment. That's enough with Russia and Putin and the bullshit. Next segment's the second strike on the Venezuelan boat. War crime or not war crime? That is the question, right? So, here's the story.
It was just fishing gear, man.
Right. The White House confirmed that a U.S. Navy admiral ordered a second deadly strike on a Venezuelan vessel. And this wasn't enough to send the message the first time, right? So they dropped a second. I guess they didn't get everybody. The boat allegedly made aggressive maneuvers near U.S. naval forces, and shots were fired. And then after the initial confrontation, another strike was ordered. I guess this is rare, one would hope, right?
Do we have the full details?
Probably not.
That's they did the same kind of shit, if I remember correctly, with the Somalian pirate situation. Like when the boats would get close, they give them multiple warnings. They give them multiple warnings, and they just blow them the fuck out of the water.
Yes, all of that. But did we ever intend for Somalia to be invaded or anything? Were we threatening to invade Somalia because of those things?
We're getting oil from Venezuela, aren't we? Don't we get oil?
I don't think we do. So
what do we get from them?
Nothing. That's the fucking problem.
What's
they have a huge oil reserve.
Okay.
Right? And so we when I say we, I do not mean me and Alec. I mean America. So America would like access to those reserves because it's much closer. It's a lot of oil, and Republicans and America likes that sort of shit.
Liquid gold.
Liquid gold, baby. That's right. So Venezuela and the U.S. have had tensions for years. Maduro, the Venezuelan president, is already accusing the U.S. of invading sovereignty. And this could escalate into something bigger if anyone overplays their hand. I don't necessarily like that we moved a whole fleet over to Venezuela. I think it's a huge waste of tax dollars.
No, it's pretty close down there too, in that Central America area. If I remember a few years back, didn't they start using the U.S. dollar down in some of those regions, like Argentina? I think that they convert over or just start using American money.
I can't speak to that. I don't know. You can easily Google it.
Yeah, don't take my word for that. That's old news that I'm just kind of remembering. But I do think one of those countries. So I'm curious what, if this has been trickling out from long-term.
Well, it has to have, right? Like, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors with the, negotiations or communications.
Our country's so
Venezuela
self-focused right now on politics inside of itself. Exactly. It's insane.
Exactly. So
there's not a news station on that's really focusing.
I'm sure the communication is there. Whether or not they're telling each other, this is all just some, rhetoric on the news, or this is, actually real and America is telling them, well, we're coming. So either way, I'm sure they're communicating. But, that's... So back to the story. The admiral wasn't just reacting, right? He had consulted with an attorney of sorts about this matter, and the calculation to proceed with the second strike was approved and confirmed through that legal entity, right? Again, whether or not we think it was inappropriate or war crime, he got permission from somebody, right?
Yeah.
So that's that. Obviously,
like we talked about before, there's still a chain of command when it comes to these things.
Absolutely.
There's still a chain of command, and when you sign up, you do what you're told kind of mentality,
For sure.
And
it's hard to...
be punished or...
To circumvent that chain of command, right?
It is.
And everybody says they have an open door policy. I know this from experience. But you jump that chain of command, and you just watch how quickly you get knocked the fuck down.
Yeah.
And saying it wasn't Hegseth, this, that, the other thing. It's great to put it on the Navy commander who actually did it, but Hegseth was in the war room. He knew what was going on. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The Oregon angle. Why does this affect us? And does it affect us more than people realize?
Yeah. I mean, we're pushing buttons. And we're not too terribly far from that area down south.
No. And if it's true that they are bringing drugs into this country, it's definitely going to affect people we know.
Locally, we've already suffered a cartel issue.
Yes, we have suffered a cartel issue.
The country's suffering a huge fentanyl issue.
Yeah.
I've lost tons of friends from it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an episode on fentanyl, because I have this deep conspiracy. They say a lot of it comes from out of the country, but there's a lot of labs that have it right here, a lot of hospitals that have it.
Labs.
There's, you know what I mean?
Some of the best labs.
All that stuff.
In the world with limited.
We'll do a fentanyl episode, but we're going to stick to the subject here. So, not just, the drugs coming into the country. If they stop the drug boats from bringing drugs into the country, then your drug user friends are going to have to pay even more for their drugs, and that's going to suck for them. And then we're going to watch them downward spiral even quicker, which is going to suck for us. So you guys, don't do drugs. So farmers, truckers, local businesses, they all feel the moves, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Every time it happens. Every time we lock our borders, everything like that, people feel it.
Almost every town with a decent amount of population seems to have some kind of clinic.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
War on drugs has never stopped. And I don't think it ever will.
It especially hasn't stopped out here.
Oh, yeah.
No. God, no. All right. Segment 3. The toxic spill in Africa. All right. Woo. So, the question is, will nations stand up to China? Right? That's a big ask.
And again, Africa, I mean, it's like, you know, do you yell at the people that built your roadways for spilling shit in your river kind of mentality? It feels like for them, so it's
right. Okay, so here's the thing that happened. In case you're unaware of what happened, there was a devastating toxic spill from Chinese-operated mine that had poisoned rivers, killed livestock, and displaced villages. It was a full-on ecological disaster, and the question being asked now is, will African nations finally say enough? The issue is China has been investing billions across Africa, roads, mines, ports, loans. Great for development, sure, but terrible for leverage, right? When your biggest creditor also destroys your river, how do you hold them accountable? Like Alec was saying, these people laid the roads, they did this, they...
China's like their landlord, man.
Right.
Like, they're doing all the handyman stuff inside their country, and they're investing in it. You know.
Yeah,
for probably you know,
exactly
reasons that we're completely on.
Oh, we don't even know.
We don't even know yet what they're trying to harvest out there.
Exactly. So, how do you hold them accountable for poisoning a bunch of people, right? Like, can you? Do they get to? We don't know yet. So, we're going to watch the world stage as all of this.
That's going to make it to the ocean eventually, man.
But it's going to, yeah, right? And then there's going to be all these different organizations that get involved. I'm sure there's already, lawyers working on this and things like that. So we'll do a deep dive on the progress being made there, on whether or not they can hold China accountable, how they're going to.
What kind of toxic waste was it? Like almost everything just says a toxic spill. Do we know what?
So no.
What was spilled?
I don't, because
that's something I couldn't.
Things I've read, I haven't been able to find.
It really just focuses on it being toxic.
Right.
Now, what was it that was toxic? Where did it come from? Why was that there?
Right. So in order to get
why
those
is
reports,
that point being avoided?
In America, that would be public information.
Right.
Right. Like a business would have to, file a report with the EPA. I have no idea how that works in Africa.
Yeah, that's insane. Like I said, looking at the news, like you literally can't figure out what the hell is this toxic shit that's gone into their water system.
Right.
And where did it come from?
Right. Exactly.
Why was it there?
Right.
What were we doing with it over there? Not us, like we as in America or anything, but what were they doing in general? What was China doing over there with it?
Well, yeah.
Or were they bringing it from their country and with intents of getting rid of it in Africa? Or were they mining something where it's...
Right.
Exactly. Which makes more sense along those lines.
Well, it would make more sense that the waste came from where they were mining. It wasn't brought from China to Africa.
Unless there's a way to dispose of it.
Unless it was, we don't know.
Unless they're disposing of it. I mean, this is the first time we're hearing about one of these where it's spilled. Have they been putting toxic shit into that country, just disposing of it somewhere?
Right. No, exactly.
A whole bunch of questions there. That news is the one that really struck gold with me the most, because again, Russia always seems to be puffing their chest out.
Right.
We blew up a drug boat.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Like those things kind of seem to be routine every so often. Right. It is. We laugh about it, but I mean, it seems to be kind of routine for us every few years. Shit like that happens. This is news that has become international, and we're all hearing about it, but yet we're getting scraps of it, and now it's just kind of being swept under the rug again.
That's right.
And China's got a lot of money.
If you know what kind of toxic waste it was, put that in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah,
Give us a link to a report of some
it.
sort or something like that. We'd be happy to look at one. So let's take this local for a minute, right? So imagine, if you will, Chinese mining company comes in and sets up shop on the Rogue River, right? Every fisherman, grower, kayaker, and hippie in Southern Oregon would unite Voltron style and block I-5 for a week straight.
Oh yeah, they'd have their dogs with them too.
Nah, you damn right we would. Cats, baghoes, everything. Y'all ain't getting through. All right, Conspiracy Corner, here it is. Favorite time. This is entertainment, not official. Put the tinfoil on loosely, because here we go. All right. Russia, Venezuela, China, all in one news cycle. Coincidence? I don't think so. But the theories floating around are the global resources triangle: Russia, oil and gas; Venezuela, oil; Africa, rare earth minerals.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
also potential oil there too.
Potential oil, right, exactly. So you've got these places around the world that right now Russia is selling gas and oil to India, and Venezuela is sitting on a bunch of it. Africa has all these rare earth minerals, batteries, all that other stuff, etc., etc. And so all of these places, right, say it's a coordinated scramble for control of the last major resource arenas, right? So there's the conspiracy right there. A coordinated scramble for the last major resource control.
Because we're running it dry, man.
Running it dry, exactly.
Running it dry.
Right. So 2, conspiracy theory. China and Russia are testing the West, right? This is a common conspiracy. Oh, they're pushing us a little bit. We're not going to push back, etc. Right? So what does Russia always do?
Puff their chest.
They puff their chest.
Flex it out.
That's right.
Do a little flexing.
That's right.
They walk the catwalk.
Yep. And then China causes an environmental crisis. All well.
It doesn't seem to be the first time with that either. No. They seem okay with it.
Well,
it seems like they just have enough money to pay it off.
Right. Exactly. Next thing you know, we find out the toxic waste came out of Wuhan. You know. Come on. And then U.S. response to a southern naval threat, right? So you've got the Navy worried about Venezuela at the moment. Do we have a big enough Navy to fight on 3 fronts? All right, that was a nice one. Hey, thanks for visiting, Aaron. You have a good one. Comes right in with the third conspiracy theory, right? The distraction theory. Hence the distraction we just had. So, the White House revealing the Venezuela strike. Yeah, absolutely right. Just worked right in there. I don't know how that did, but the White House revealing the Venezuela strike might be a play to draw attention away from something else brewing, right?
Yeah,
so why are they blowing up boats? Right? It's to distract us from something bigger brewing. I think that is the most likely conspiracy of these 3. Personally, that's what I think.
Yeah, man. Are we trying to pull them out?
Yeah.
You know, are we like even off of their? I mean, if you think about Venezuela, they're not exactly a big country.
They're not exactly
by any means, and you know, I'm not exactly informed on how well their government functions or what kind of military
they do
power
have
they have.
Decent running government. I think there's a new president in power now that Trump doesn't like, and she just won the Nobel Peace Prize, right?
Okay.
Away from Trump, and so is that motive for him to go into their country, dude? Like I don't. Anyway,
again, I mean, we are we trying to get in there and hunt something down? Is there more than just oil in Venezuela?
I don't. You know, that's a good question.
Are we trying to mine something
there's
else
definitely
other than oil there? I mean, that's a really interesting region of the world because of just how diverse government and culture is, and such a comparable area to where we are in America, where we have a ton of culture, yes, but we're American.
We are.
Over there, you know, you could drive a day here and you're going to meet people and you're still going to experience the same generalized culture. There, you could drive a day away from where you're at in Venezuela, being a completely different culture, completely different language, completely different, completely different terrain.
For sure.
It's just a completely different area. So it's interesting to think about: are we dangling the carrot? Right? Are we playing in the water because we're dangling the carrot? Are we trying to pull them out? Are we trying to get some of their forces out to the water? So maybe we have a little bit of an inlet somewhere. Right. I mean, there's a million thoughts that run through my mind.
We're definitely trying to push a bigger conflict.
You know, and I get it. We come back down to we got drug smuggling boat.
Right. So look, people are going to smuggle drugs. Some countries, drugs aren't even illegal. They just have them. and they want other people to buy
We
them.
got drug smuggling boats going right through Mexico and the Gulf coming right through, and we're not blowing them
We
up.
got drug smuggling boats going from Florida to Texas, everywhere.
All over the place.
Blow those up. Whatever.
Like,
You got drug smuggling
that
boats
seems
everywhere.
so much farther away from where we are to be.
I mean,
And I get it that we're concerned, but at the same time, like, again, there's so many other ports and areas closer to us where it feels like it should be higher focus.
It should be higher focused. So, conspiracy number 4. How about this one? The pipeline of power. Whoever controls energy and minerals controls the next decade of technology and conflict.
Oh yeah.
We all know AI is huge at the moment, getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it takes a lot.
And so if you
of
have
energy.
all of the rare earth materials to build more batteries and servers, you have all of the energy to pump into those server rooms.
You need gold. You
And
need real gold to build circuit boards.
so there it is, right? The pipeline of power. That's why they need Venezuela. That's why they need the rare earth minerals.
You need the oil to power
You
the
need the oil to
generators
power.
that power the computers. And
Again,
it's insane.
I think it's distraction, but the power makes sense too. I mean, I think at this point it's safe to say that the administration is power hungry, right? They're trying to do more and more and more to push more power into the administration. So, I mean, that's just court case after court case. So you can look that up yourself. All right, are we done with conspiracy?
Yeah, conspiracies. Again, those are just conspiracies and ideas, guys.
Yeah,
This
tinfoil
is
hat, right? Time to take it off. Because now we're getting into the album cover roast. The Nas Stillmatic album cover. Oh man, this thing is flipping ugly. Let me tell you what.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Why
god.
does he look like he's taking a shit off the building?
He does. Looks like he's taking his shit.
Everybody smoking, taking his shit back
That's fucking
here.
wild.
I cleaned that up for $5 later, Nas.
Yeah, come on. Go double screen there. There we go. Hey, stop it. Double screen, double screen, double screen. Hey. There it is. All right. Stillmatic, right?
Oh, goodness.
The sequel to Illmatic. Illmatic was a great album.
Mm-hmm.
Stillmatic bumps too.
It really does.
But
this album cover, though. I mean, you're sitting up there with a pigeon looking like you're taking a shit, bro. I'm sorry, but that is literally, that's how I see hippies poop in the woods at the Rainbow Gathering.
right.
Take a little hole, take a little duke.
Take a little dookie. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. He is all blinged up though. Like he got all that bling on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Next to a pigeon who just shit the word still up.
Yeah.
What's that about? Still shitting on him.
Still shitting on him.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
That's
So in this album, he pretty much said, "I'm back" to everybody. Tore the mic apart. Did everything like that. But you know, you got the cityscape in the background, right? You got his name Nas up there in the left hand corner, and it's like they gradient the sky to match the logo, and almost use like a really bad airbrush or something like that, like
really
Microsoft
intense.
Paint brush, and just
really intense look going on here too.
Back and forth.
A lot of eye contact feel.
oh, he's definitely
Yeah.
staring at you, saying
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you want some of this?"
Got some intensity going on, but I have a hard time taking him serious with the crooked hat thing.
Yeah, well, you know, that was huge back when this came out. You know, I used to wear my hat crooked too. Or left or the right, it didn't matter. From the back to the front, you know, it's like a little lean to the left, a little lean to the right, whatever.
Looking at it now, though, it's funny.
Yeah,
It's like
it
when
is
you
funny.
see somebody wearing a backwards red ball cap.
That's right. You automatically think Red Durst.
Red Durst.
That's right. Automatically. Stillmatic. Yo, I can't get over the wall, the shit position, right? Like
This shit position kills me. It does. Like honestly, if you cut some of this out and you just got the bling
Yo,
on
if
there,
he was just standing
like,
behind
if
the
he
wall,
was standing behind the wall,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
that would be dope. Petting the pigeon.
there's definitely a thing to that stance you got going on, homie.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'm not sure.
I like to
this
get
was-
down and pose like that a little bit, but not quite as low. You know,
Yeah, well,
he's very low. His ass is touching his heels.
And he's hanging off a wall, dude.
So I don't even think he is, though. See, that's the thing. This is just placed on top of shit. Like,
it is
bad Photoshop, you guys.
Yeah.
Bad, right? He's not even sitting on the wall. Like, that's just a random wall with a random cityscape in the background. Not random, of course, because it's New York. But you got your Stillmatic shat out by the pigeon on the top edge of that wall. And it looks like a tall graffiti wall, but you can't see the graffiti.
You can't see the graffiti at all. It actually would have been sick if Stillmatic was
would have been on the graffiti, in graffiti, right?
And then maybe have him standing next to it instead of looking
behind it, being like, yeah, exactly. So Nas, great album, horrible album cover.
I would have liked to seen you giant pointing down at the wall saying Stillmatic or graffiti instead of looking like you're. I don't know. This is kind of gives me.
Maybe it was supposed to be shitting, like he's shitting on him. You know, because the pigeon shat the word still, but it doesn't, you know. I guess it'd be weird if he shat the word matic. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Episode 4, Ozone Podcast. My name's Lee.
I'm Alec.
We'll see you guys next time.